Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce. I am your runner, and today I'm going to give you the 3 things that should constantly be on your mind as a beginner or as an experienced airsofter in order to get an accurate long shot in airsoft. Let's get into the video. I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of guys who follow me on the Facebook page, linked down in the description below. I want to say thank you to Chandler Harvison and Wesley Soto for sending in their battle photos that they've put together to be in this video. I'll be using them to explain my points. There are 3 primary things that you need to think of, and you can kind of think of them in sort of a triangle, putting it up here. The first thing you want to think of is your FPS. The second thing, your BB weight. And the third thing, your hop up. All of these things, when you think about them, actually counteract each other really well. Now, for FPS, what do we want to think of? How hard your gun shoots? Not necessarily. For FPS, I want everybody out here to think of how fast the BB travels before it starts to get wild in the air. Generally, it's thought of to be around about 350 FPS before a BB will start to get really wild, and that's a 0.2 gram. How would you counteract this if you bought a gun that shoots 400 FPS? Well, simple. You would increase your BB weight. The heavier the BB is, the slower it's going to travel at, of course, the same amount of air pressure that's behind it. So if you have an AEG and you want to get a longer, more accurate shot, all you would have to do is at 400 FPS, put a heavier BB in it. Now, some people might ask, but how heavy of a BB should I use? Well, for every 0.05, depending on where you go to look, depending on your air seal, you'll get anywhere from a drop of 30 to 40 FPS. I've tested this myself personally out of multiple different guns that I own, and I've also scoured YouTube and, well, the internet in a bunch of different places to find this out, and there is no solid answer. But anywhere from 30 to 40 FPS is what you're going to lose for every 0.05 you increase your BB weight. So for this argument, let's just say you lose 30 FPS. Well, I have a gun that shoots 400 feet per second. I would like my BB to not be super wild in the air because now my 0.2 gram BB is moving much faster than 350 feet per second, and I want to be able to land my shot. Well, at 0.25, you're going to be shooting about 370 feet per second. So if you increase it to a 0.28 and get that BB to slow down just a little bit more, a 0.28 gram BB will throw you somewhere in the ballpark of about 335, 340 feet per second, putting you under that 350 wild speed limit for a BB. But now you've increased the weight of the BB. So the best thing you can do now is look at your hop up. Most stock hop ups nowadays will handle a 0.32 gram BB with relative ease. Some I've even heard will handle insanely heavy sniper BBs that are 0.4s. This baffles me that stock airsoft guns are getting to this point, but for the sake of this argument, we're not going to start talking about upgrading and what you can do. For the sake of this argument, let's talk about the stock AEG. In order to get that accurate shot, again, you want to slow your BB down. Well, without teching on your gun, you would increase your BB weight, but now your BB's heavier, it's going to drop. So you want to make sure that your hop up can handle the weight of BB that you're putting in. If you put too heavy of a weight in, you may have to upgrade your hop up. Flat hops are widely regarded. There's a whole bunch of videos out there that discuss which hop ups are better, which ones are worse. Ultimately, this is up to you to decide what you want to do. By using all 3 of these things, you're going to be able to counteract that BB's travel in the best way. This is why you see so many snipers out there using insanely heavyweight BBs, 0.4, 0.43, 0.46, and so on. When you have somebody using a sniper rifle that's shooting 500 feet per second, well, now they have 150 FPS to get down to that wild and crazy FPS limit for a 0.2 gram to make sure that their shots are accurate. So, by increasing the weight of their BB to about a 0.43 or 0.46, somewhere in that ballpark, they slow their BB down enough that the wind cannot affect it, at least as much. So now that you guys know what to think about with your brand new AEG out of the box, I want you to tell me down in the link below what you thought of this video. Did this help you decide on what to do with your gun, how to get your gun set up properly, what BBs to buy, maybe to upgrade your hop-up or not to upgrade your hop-up? Let me know in the comments section down below. There are several other topics that go along with this. One of those is joules, and the other is just one that I find very interesting, is why the industry shouldn't chrono in FPS anymore. But if you did like my video, subscribe down below to keep up with what I'm doing in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Runner Airsoft.